A high elf whose toe I stepped on once told me, "Watch where you step, Horker Brath." It was the highest compliment he could have paid me.
All right then.
As you wish.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories.
You in need of a companion, friend? Well, then you're in luck. I reckon I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day. When do you find time to eat? Can't kill bandits on an empty stomach. Well, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. Let's go.
If I emerge.
They say no one survives the arena. Fighters like me, we die 2 deaths.
Just remember, everything's better bloody. The Horkers, my friend. The Horkers. I can't get enough of a good bowl of Horker stew. Fresh garlic, tomatoes, a sprinkle of lavender. You keep talking like that, and we'll need to get you an apron, and a chef hat. Also Horkers. That isn't it. You see, I've tried stews of all different flavors, from all over Tamriel. I've tried your venizons and your steaks. I've tried your bug meat, your horror pies, and Taurus nuggets. Some wood elf charlatan even tried to sell me what he called a wyvern steak, but it tasted like mountain goat. I've tried every meat from the Somerset Isles to the shores of Solstein, and ain't nothing compared to a fresh pot of Horker stew. But you know what I haven't tried? I haven't tried a dragon. And call me crazy, but I think I saw one fly this way not long ago.
We drink to our youth, today's coming.
You don't say. Sounds like Embry owes me a drink. Said I was more likely to see a Horker with wings. I reckon that would be too good to be true. Caves are a good place for exercise. Lots of bandits, lots of mages, and lots of death.
What was that?
Whoa. shall we?
You've taken your last breath.
Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies.
Well, that's a problem, friend, seeing as I'm following you for a reason. Rather not have to think about where I'm going, if that's okay with you. But, if you want my advice, I'm a this way or that way guy. I just flip a coin, or a bandit, and let it make heads or tails of the situation. Sorry to disappoint you, friend, but there's some things you've got to figure out yourself.
I remember when I first signed on, the Blade Master didn't have a raiment my size. Had to borrow one from a Breton. That thing fit like a corset on a minotaur. I looked like a sodding carrot. My opponent didn't think it so funny, though, when I caved her chest in. It's all in the hips, friend. Killing a bandit is like making love to a maiden. It only takes a second, and there's no shortage of blood.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned. Ragnar the Red. Oh, there once was a hero
I
named
see
Ragnar
my
the
lady
Red,
enjoys
riding
both
the
her
white one from
battles
Gorr
and her men.
instead.
Finally, some action. Let's go, friend. Time's a-wasting.
Did Ragnar the Red when he met the shield
I got
maiden
my start as a
Matilda,
pit
who
dog
said,
in the Imperial City Arena.
"Oh,
Worked my way up to
you
Gladiator
on me.
before
Now
I got
think it's high
bored
time
and
that you
quit.
lie down
They
and
say the
bleed."
best techniques are
So they
left
flashing
by
and
the
slashing
survivors.
steel as the brave lass
With
Matilda
me
charged in
gone,
full of
I
zeal.
guess everyone will have something to
The braggart
offer.
named Ragnar was boastful no more. When his ugly red head rolled around on the
I
floor.
know, and I would have been Grand Champion too, if not for the burden. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Fair maidens in my bed and good stew in my belly. Some burden. Well, that ain't what I'm talking about. Well, friend, it all comes down to who your opponent is. I'm square with killing men, but with a Grand Champion, ain't no more men to fight. So, they bring in beasts. Minotaurs and things. I don't like it one bit. If a man chooses to enter the arena, it's what you call his prerogative. A beast ain't got no say in the matter. I kill horkers for food and bears for hides. I don't kill no animal for sport. Business, friend. Business. Perhaps when our adventuring days are over, we can open the finest Horker stew shop in Skyrim. That, or a brothel. Seems like Skyrim needs more of both.
There you are. You've already lost.
Mistake, you brat. It's time.
Why not? You need to get up more, friend. The arena is the most celebrated spectacle in all of Tamriel. To fight and die in the arena
This is
is a
local
great
favorite and
honor.
One of the first songs I ever
To
learned.
fight and live,
Ragnar the Red.
well, do that and you
Once
carve
was
your
a hero
name
named
amongst the
Ragnar the Red.
gods.
He came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
The words won't do it justice. Not mine,
But then he
anyway.
went quiet,
But
Ragnar the Red, when
you
he
can
met the
imagine,
shield maiden
can't you?
Matilda, who said,
That moment when you stand behind the gate
"Oh, you talk and
in a
you lie and
cold
you drink
sweat.
blood mead. Now I
The
think it's
air's
high
so
time that
thick you can
lie down
taste the
and
blood.
bleed."
And the
So
crowd
came
is
clashing
buzzing.
and slashing of steel
The
as the brave
flies are
lass
buzzing.
Matilda charged in full of
Then
zeal.
they wheel up the iron.
And the braggart named
You
Ragnar
hear
was
this
boastful no more.
roar,
When his ugly
so
red head rolled
loud
around
it
on the
rumbles
floor.
in your chest. You don't know who they cheer for, what they cheer for. Victory, glory, or death. But that's the beauty of the arena, ain't it? Nothing's ever written, nothing's ever known. The Grand Champion can win 100 matches and name a skeever as his next opponent, and the audience will still hold their breath. Unlike the stories, it's always a surprise when the hero wins. 'Cause in the arena, the hero's allowed to fail.
Bandits! Better keep up, friend. Wouldn't be right hoarding all the fun for myself.
'Cause it's fair. It's about the only place you can truly measure a man's worth.
This is an ode
If
to
I ask
Skyrim's
the folks
staunch
here
protectors.
who has the best mead in Skyrim,
To our youth,
one person might
days
say
of
Blackbriar mead,
the age
another
of
might
aggression
vouch for
was
Honning
just
Brew.
about done.
If I asked for the best alchemist, bard or scribe, or which inn was warmest, and which wench the sweetest, there'd be many replies, but no answer. But if I asked you who was the strongest, who could best any man in the pit, there'd be no debate. You'd know by who was left standing. Only in the arena can a man be judged by his own merits.
This land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes.
You're mistaken. It couldn't have been higher. The people were hungry, not for blood, but for entertainment. The arena, friend, was a welcome diversion from the throes of war, because there's no death in the arena. Not to them. If you're a spectator, ain't nothing that happens in that pit real. It's all a game. Can't tell you much about that. I mean, I heard the whispers. Sometimes you see good fighters lose to pit dogs. Next day, they show up with swords so enchanted they crapped mages when you swung 'em. There was one Khajiit fighter, the others called Jingle. Said every night he went home, win or lose, his pockets jingled with gold. But ain't no one ever approached me. They knew where I stood. I grew up watching the fights. I learned enough then to know glory was the best coin. You ought to travel to Cyrodiil sometime, friend, and test your valor.
What was that? Take a bad time to get lost.
You can't beat me! Over here. Come on.
So much easier to
Worse! Mistake, you brat!
It's not luck. Hardly a challenge.
Seems you slow. You call that a hit?
Thoroughly absurd.
You'll regret that. Come on! You'll regret that.
Shall we?
You call that a hit? Worse!
So many bruises. There, that's better.
That the best you can do?
Yeah?
God's willing, we'll find a chest full of gold in one of these chambers.